haven't even. I'm live now on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. Where else? I think that's it. So, good part of the day, my digital friends. My name is Anna Dieter. If you are not familiar with my work, I encourage you to join my social network. You can go mostly to YouTube because that's where I have over 500 videos already since 2012. That's when I first joined YouTube and started learning how to use social media for helping people who stutter. So I have been live for many years. However, if you go to my YouTube channel, you will probably notice that I do not have too many subscribers there. Like for my work that I am doing for so many years and for the results of my work, I should have like hundred thousands of subscribers, but I don't. I have very few people interested in my work. And this has something to do with the mindset of people that I am helping to. And this is what we're going to talk about today. So, as you see, at least those who watch me on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, no, not Instagram, and YouTube, these viewers can see the title of this live stream. It's called Kiss Your Stutter Goodbye with Love. With love. I haven't made any mistakes. Writing my title for this video. This is what I do. I have a big heart to help people who stutter. However, I can help only those who have love in their heart. For as long as you have hatred in your heart, aggression towards other people, towards yourself, towards parts of your body, and you're constantly fighting with other people and with yourself, I cannot help you. You gotta change your attitude from being a fighter, okay, to being a lover. And I do mean it. You gotta change your attitude towards everything in this world. So, hi, Edward. Hi, good to see the same name. Very good to see you. Okay, so Edward, I'm gonna click on your message and I'll show your message. Hello, ma'am. My stupor diminished so much thanks to antidepressants. They really work if it has a psychological background. Okay, I'm glad that something worked for you, but let me tell you about antidepressants. I don't know if you've ever looked at the side effects of these drugs. So, unfortunately, you are serving the drug company, the big pharma. You are making them, helping them to make money of selling drugs. And let me ask you a simple question. If you take antidepressants, what kind of a person are they making you? Let me tell you a secret. The more antidepressants you are taking, the more energy you have to live your life. They slowly but surely, all these antidepressants make you a zombie. A zombie. And believe me, I have worked with all kinds of people being on all kinds of psychotropical drugs. They all, no exception, they all change personality of people. they all change their health to being 100% healthy, normal, including the health of their brain, to really being in a bad health-wise condition. I have seen people not wanting to communicate much, not wanting to go anywhere, and eventually actually wanting to end their life. I don't know if you want to be there. I don't recommend you be there. Okay? Wave. I'm going to wave to you guys. Hi, I haven't been doing live streams for a long time. Thank you for joining me on Instagram. So, you got to understand that to take antidepressants, okay, you got to see what's the root cause of being depressed, because antidepressants means killing your depression. When are we not feeling any depression? When we are asleep, when we are at night laying down in bed and seeing dreams, when we are not connected, when we are not involved in this reality, in this life, then of course we are not depressed. Why? Because we are not dealing with the reality. We are not dealing with life. Another way of not being involved in the life and dealing with the life, living our life, is to take drugs and alcohol. Drinking alcohol also helps. A lot of people who stutter have told me, when I drink alcohol, I don't stutter, I just go. Of course. Of course. Because you are, in a way, you're crazy at this moment. You don't see what's going on around you. You don't process the information that you receive from the real life in the right way. This is what I wanted to talk to you guys today about: the big pharma, about the big system, commercial business system, which is, of course, coming up with all kinds of means, all kinds of help for you to deal with stuttering. However, you don't even know what stuttering truly is. That's the problem. You don't understand what you are dealing with. Taking drugs, drinking alcohol, instead of going to work or going to a party and just have fun meeting your friends, you go to bed. You basically go to sleep. Okay, because taking antidepressants means falling asleep. It's the same. You know what place is the most comfortable for humans, for anyone? It's called the grave. When we die, we're not going to deal with life. We're not going to live our life, and we are not going to be depressed. If this is Edward, if this is your way, then this is your choice. I am here to give people another choice, not to feel depressed because of believing too many lies of the system. You gotta understand, we're all born within the commercial system that doesn't care about the quality of helping you or me or anyone else. Don't take it personally. You know, I am just kind of only laughing, smiling when I see the commercial system offering its help, because I see that this is all about making money, all about the money. Okay? It is the matrix, the system that is set up for you to always fight, always be depressed, always be in aggressive, negative mood and or mode, okay, to be constantly in the state of fighting. So antidepressants are also one of the means, thousands of means that the system offers to fight your difficulties. But wait a second, let's talk about why is it so difficult for people to speak. The main reason is because you guys, people who stutter, are doing something that is abnormal, something that strains your body and mind. That's why when you feel that your muscles are strained, your muscles are tense, it becomes difficult for you. Difficult to do anything with your absolutely healthy, normal speech muscles, speech organs. Okay, here is our speech organ. We're going to talk about it today in details. This is the moving part of your head. It's called, I call it in all kinds of ways. It's called speech instrument, speech pipe, speech muscles. So it's this part of your body, and it's the main tool for speaking. So when you are depressed, when you are confused, when you believe so many lies about speaking and stuttering, you begin fighting with your own body, fighting constantly. You are in the state, in aggressive mode all the time, and you keep looking for different weapons for fighting. Antidepressants are one of the weapons. There are many, many of them. But maybe it's time you stop fighting. I invite you guys to change from being in a constant state of war, because we know there are no winners in wars. Look how many wars are in the world today. Did you see that? And I even want to mention that. Remember what happened just recently when they attempted to kill Trump, President Trump? Remember? Do you remember what he did? The very last moment, he stood up and he put his fist in the air. And what did he message to the whole world? Fight, 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 fight. Did you hear that? Did you notice that? And what did the crowd respond with? Thousands of people in front of him did the same. Fight, 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 fight. Did you notice that? That's the message the system gives you. You gotta fight. You gotta fight. And what happens when you fight? What happens when we are in the state of battling? Fighting, having the war with someone. Can we ever relax? Is it possible to relax? No. We are constantly feeling totally tensed, totally strained. Our body is tense. Our mind is tense. Our body is tense. We are in the state of war. We are fighting. Now, let's imagine yourself. Simply stop fighting and experience a totally different attitude towards life. It's called peaceful attitude. Peace. Not fighting with anyone, but simply giving to everyone, including yourself, and your part of the body that automatically produces speech, you give it love. Love. No more fighting. This is why I called this stream Kiss, Kiss Your Stutter Goodbye with Love. Love. Let's switch from war, fighting, to peace and love. I see that a few people are watching my live stream. I didn't expect too many people today. I just hope that my viewers are going to see this stream recorded. Okay? So, once again, I encourage you all, people who stutter, let's begin with a small but very important switch. Let's change the attitude from being very aggressive, negative, and wanting to do this with the whole world, including yourself, to peace and love. Peace and love. And I'm going to repeat again, peace and love. When you are in a peaceful mode, you can learn anything you want. You don't have to fight. Life is amazing. You just have to, I don't want to say have to. You can choose to live the life of peace and love. Support. This is your choice. And this is what I'm going to talk about today. So I do not see any questions yet. Instagram, people, ask questions. What would you like to know? What's the way to get rid of stuttering? Yes, you can. And you don't have to fight with yourself anymore. You don't have to fight with your own speech organ. You don't have to do it. But what is it you need to do? I am here to answer any of your questions. I am here for you. However, I also would like to mention one thing that I just recalled. When people come to me on Zoom, this is the way my services are set up. I encourage people to first watch my webinar. It's totally free. It's a 40-minute webinar. It's livestutterfree.com. You go to my website, you just have a link and you go and you immediately, I didn't even ask anyone to register anymore. Just go watch this webinar. Just watch it, listen to it, okay? And then book a Zoom call with me. So, and when people do that, they do it after seeing me on TikTok, Instagram, Rumble, Rumble, BitChute, YouTube. I try to spread my message everywhere. Okay. So by people watch the webinar and they book a Zoom call with me. And they sometimes even come. Very often they don't even join. They book a call. I'm sitting there looking pretty, combed my hair, right? Put my lipstick, waiting to share my unique information, but no one joins me. No one comes to the call and don't even let me know that, hey, I'm sorry, I need to reschedule. I cannot make it. Things happen in life, of course. However, some people do come and join me, and it's happening recently more and more. We begin communicating, and all of a sudden, I see that a person begins to yawn and then finally drops without letting me know. I don't want to talk to you, or I don't understand you, or this or that. I mean, the behavior is so abnormal, so not logical. I cannot even explain why these kind of things are happening to people. Okay? That's the world we're living in. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, Edward is asking me a question. Let me show his question. Okay, it looks like Edward is the only one who is communicating with me here. So see, Edward wrote on YouTube, what do you think about Joe Biden? Many people made fun of him on the socials because of his disfluences. No, my dear. Joe Biden, yes, he's a stutterer, but people make fun not because he makes mistakes, but because of who he has become as a stutterer. He has become senile, which is okay. It happens to many people, right? When they reach certain age. But because he didn't have means of communicating, he started saying absolutely stupid things and totally irrational things. Remember how Obama spoke? He also had a lot of disfluences. He also had a lot of mistakes in speaking. He could speak without disfluences. I hate this word, disfluences. Making mistakes in speech. Disfluences are mistakes, incorrect use of this speech organ, okay, or incorrect way of using your attention, your mind, okay, because we are using the device called body-mind device. And if we are using it incorrectly, abnormally, unnaturally, of course we make mistakes. This is naturally. Once again, why we're using it incorrectly? Because we're constantly fighting. Not we, I'm not fighting. Okay, people who started, they're in a constant war, fighting with their own speech instrument, and they're making mistakes. So Joe Biden is a perfect example what people who stutter will become. Yes, as you grow older, the longer you fight with your own body, the more insane your behavior becomes. This is reality, okay? But talking about Obama, he could only present without mistakes, he could beautifully present prepared speeches. He would work really hard, probably. Or I don't know, maybe he had a device in his ear. I don't know. I mean, what do we know, right? They use AI, artificial intelligence things for years. I don't know what they're doing there, right? In reality. But Obama was a severe stutterer. He was able to speak without making mistakes only when he presented prepared speeches. Maybe they were in front of him, maybe he just prepared them. But the moment he would engage in spontaneous conversations with people, he would immediately begin to stumble instantly. And Obama is not old yet. You wait. He's going to become more and more senile very soon, because that's what is waiting for people who are constantly fighting with their own body and mind. People who are lying. If you ever lie to other people or to yourself, that's also part of stuttering, unfortunately. Okay, so Edward, I hope you understand. Joe Biden has become totally senile. Joe Biden is a product of incorrect mind, confusion in the mind. And also, You don't know, but I am sure they've been giving him drugs like crazy. He's been on drugs for many, many years, and I don't know what kind of drugs. To be the way he is, he may be a lot on antidepressants. We don't know. You don't know. Okay. So, what I think about Joe Biden, he is a puppet, and someone is using him to change the whole world. That's all I can do. Because I'm sure there are puppeteers up there who are manipulating presidents, this and that, but I don't want to talk about politics. Okay? So let me hide this message. It's amazing. I have so many people on Instagram, but no one asks questions. I'm guessing they don't speak English or something, whatever. So let me see. Is that why he quit from the elections? You know what, Edward? I don't want to talk about elections. I don't want to talk about this crazy world today. I just know that all people who stutter are fighters, and they fight with themselves, with their own body. You see, the topic of today's live stream is you gotta change your attitude towards life from fighting to living in peace. The more you fight with all kinds of means, you go to speech therapists, you do the fighting, they give you all kinds of methods, techniques. What are these methods and techniques? They are the weapons to fight yourself and other people. You got to understand this. Every speech therapist is trained to tell you, go fight it, do it, do it, do it. What is it that speech therapists do? You know, I'll tell you honestly, I was looking for some speech therapist on YouTube really working with children who stutter, because I see a lot of this kind of videos, for example, in Russian language on YouTube. Speech therapists, because they have no idea that what they are doing is actually not helping their clients, but on the opposite, in the opposite way. What they are teaching and asking their clients to do makes them fight with their own speech organ. So I was looking for something similar in English language and I couldn't find. If you guys have any videos of a speech therapist really working with children who stutter, I guess they don't do it in this country, in the English speaking world, because of like protection, whatever, of children or whatever, right? How do they call it? Security reason. So they don't show videos like that. But what they do show, they show speech therapists talking about how to teach children to speak, to kill their stuttering, how to reduce stuttering. So basically, how a child should fight with stuttering. They do it all the time. Each and every technique, speech therapy technique, is the way to fight with stuttering. Fighting, fighting, fighting. I don't know if you understand that. I don't know how you guys do not see what I see. Okay? So write to me. I see two people now writing to me on YouTube. Then, guys, type to me, what kind of techniques are you using today, or what kind of methods you use to speak better, to basically fight your stuttering, fight your speech mistakes? Tell it to me, please, because I need examples. For example, Edward wrote to me that he tried to fight with drugs. So this is a perfect way to support big pharma. and to fight with your own healthy body with the drugs, the chemicals that cause you to destroy your health. Perfect way. If you want to do it, be my guest. It's not my body. I am 65, still alive, right? Yeah, my heart sometimes is not working well because I'm a workaholic and I spend too much time in front of my computer, which is not actually that healthy, but that's my choice. You got to understand we all have choices. Okay, Harshveer Singh is using relaxing and deep. Okay, relaxing and deep breath helps. That's what the system made you believe. And you do it, right? Harshveer, you're doing it. Look at me. How much do I relax when I speak? How many breathing like in do I do when I speak? Watch all people on the planet, any person. Of course, you cannot watch all, but watch good speakers. How much time do they give to breathing? This is again breathing and relaxation exercises are the way to fight again your natural breathing. What do we use to breathe, guys? Just type to me. What our body is using to breathe naturally. What is the thing? The sac with air we have inside of our chest. What is it called? Type to me, please. Type to me. Let's chat. Let's communicate. It's called the lungs. The lungs. And you know what our lungs is? It's the air pump. It's automatically pumping oxygen in from the air and pumping out carbon dioxide. Good job, Joby. Thank you for writing. Exactly, lungs. Our lungs automatically, it's the air pump. It works automatically. Pumps in the air, like pumps from the air, and pushes out from the body. Now, when we speak, what kind of gas mixture is used by our speech organ? What kind of gas mixture? Do we speak on oxygen or carbon dioxide? Write to me if you know that. What gas are we using when every word is coming out? Is it carbon dioxide or oxygen? What do you think? Don't be afraid. Just write to me. What do you think? Is it oxygen or carbon dioxide? Yay! Good job, Joby. Yes, exactly. It's CO2. Yes, you're smart guys. Now, where does this CO2 coming from? Oh, because speech comes with exhalation. Exactly. Okay. So let me get rid of this. I'm glad you're finally talking to me. Okay, I'm going to hide this. And let me go with the next because speech comes while exhalation. I'm going to show this. Let's talk about this. Yes, but speech and exhalation have nothing to do with each other. Who is doing exhalation for you when you are asleep? Who is exhaling? Who? Your body, your lungs, automatically. Now, the next question. If you speak, let's say you are right. Thank you, Harshveer. Yes, because speech comes while exhaling, although it's not exhaling. Okay, I'm not exhaling. Yes, the air, the carbon dioxide is coming out, right? but it's not exhalation. Look, this is exhalation. This is exhalation. But when I speak, you don't hear this, right? It's not exhalation. Good job, Joby. Yes, at least someone is talking to me. Now, if when you speak, you use carbon dioxide, then why do you need to inhale oxygen? Answer this question. They tell you that you need to inhale oxygen, right? Because that's what we have around. Inhale oxygen. Why? What for? If for speech we need carbon dioxide. Do you understand me, guys? This is such a lie that before you can. Okay, let me see. Someone wrote to me. Oh, this one. I'm going to show it again. Relaxing. Let's say not talk about relaxing, but deep breath helps. This is a lie. You inhale oxygen, okay? And you wanna talk. And for talking, you need carbon dioxide. So what happens when you inhale? You inhale oxygen, okay? So oxygen is on top of your lungs. Just imagine. Can you imagine it? Inhale. Like imagine a bottle. You put something like, okay, let me give you a very easy image so you could understand. Imagine you want to pour water out of the bottle, okay? So there is a bottle with water and you put oil on top. Can you see the image? Can you imagine? And now you want to pour out the water. You just begin to pouring. You want to pour water, but there is oil on top, and this oil doesn't allow you to pour water. There is a cork of oil that is not allowing the water to come out. That's what's happening here. You breathe in oxygen, it's on top. And carbon dioxide that we always have in our body, always. Plenty of it because our body produces it. Okay? It accumulates in our lungs. So the oxygen now, the speech gas is blocked. It's blocked. You can't speak. Impossible. You are struggling to speak now. Do you understand? This is the lie, number one, that you need to breathe for speaking. Also, when you begin breathing, you can't speak. Because when you speak, you need to move the gas out, not in. And breathing requires us to move the gas from outside inside of our body, inside of our lungs. So the moment when you breathe is impossible to speak. Please write to me. Do you understand me or not? I mean, I see that there are now less people are watching. I don't know, someone dropped. Okay. Okay. How do I get rid of this? Okay, hide. So as Edward said, only on. Okay, look what someone wrote. Guys, I don't want to be mean. So as Edward said, only antidepressants helps. Guys, I am telling you the opposite. It looks like you have a hard time understanding it. Maybe it's the language that you don't understand well, the English language. No. Antidepressants make you a zombie. Joby, please understand. Antidepressants help only the system to make money and kill your body, destroy your health, destroy the health of your brain, destroy you, destroy your personality. This is the job of antidepressants. Joby, did you understand now me? Please. Okay, thank you. Okay. Anxiousness affects speech pattern. What's your take on this? Anxiousness. Okay, let's talk about this, Harshwell. Here is your message. Anxiousness affects speech patterns. What's your take on this? My take on this is, when are we anxious? When we fight. Anxiety comes to us when we are in the state of fighting. The moment we begin fighting, doing this, we prepare for the war. We fight, fight, fight with ourselves, with our people, thinking of other people looking at you. It's the fight, fight. You are getting ready to fight. You're not getting ready for peaceful speaking. You're getting ready to fight. That's why, of course, anxiety comes to you. And what is anxiety? It's your fear of the future. Fear of something in the future that you're gonna do not well, that you're gonna make mistakes in the future because you don't know how to do this thing without mistakes. You don't know how to do it well, and you begin to fight. Fight, 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 fight. Harshwell, I'm here to tell you that anxiety immediately disappears when you have a peace in your mind. Peace in your mind, and you no longer fight. However, of course, you need to understand what is it you are doing that causes you to fight with your own body. What is it? Why are you fighting? What are you doing that makes it so difficult for you to speak? What is it that you are doing incorrectly and abusing your body and mind computer? It's a body-mind biocomputer. I'm going to give you a big secret. It's perfect. You are not sick. You are not ill. Your body is perfect, my dear. Perfect. You just need to address the root cause. Why are you anxious? Where does the anxiety come from? And quit being afraid of speaking. I am here to help you do this. And today we're going to talk about the 4 tools for speech. I don't see too many people left in this, but hopefully you're going to watch it. Also, I want to recommend to you guys, if you understand the English, then I recommend you go to my YouTube channel. I see that people are watching me on YouTube. Go to my YouTube channel and simply watch the latest videos I have uploaded. It's 3 parts. The 3-part video is called Real Causes of Stuttering. Real. Not the ones that the system is telling you about. No, it's all lies. The real causes of stuttering. Causes number 1 is parental mistakes. 100%. People who stutter at some point of their lives stopped imitating the perfect way they're speaking, their parents speak. Okay. Hi, Sogo. You just joined me. I'm here to answer questions about naturally normal speech and stuttering. I even stumbled myself right now. So if you have any questions about what's the main reason why you stutter, I am here to answer it. But you gotta ask a question, and I don't see too many questions. Okay, so I see people are joining us, and let me begin the second part of this lesson, because every time I am doing my live streams, I do the lesson. So, number one way to never stutter again is to stop stuttering. As I wrote, kiss your stutter goodbye with love. Stop fighting. Get rid of your aggression. Stop fighting with other people, with yourself. Stop fighting with your natural and normal, healthy speech organ. Stop fighting. Because whenever you are using techniques, methods, drugs, whatever else, devices in your ear, all these things have been created by the system. And I can't help it. I need to talk a little bit about the system. Harsh, hi, Harsh. Good to see you here. Ask questions, because this is the way you guys turn me on, and I begin talking about things that you specifically, Harsh, need. Ask questions. Write to me. Can you see me well? Do you hear me well? Can you understand me well? Please let me know, because I'm in the process of learning how to do my live streams in the vertical format. They say that it's a better way to spread your message. If you guys can help me with that, feel free to message me. I would love to do it. I know there are a lot of tech people among my listeners. If you can help me, I'll really appreciate it. Okay. So, I was talking about the system. You got to understand that we all are born in this system. I call it commercial business system, commercial business called stuttering cure, stuttering treatment system. Okay, we're born in this system. So, and the moment they involve you, they kind of put you in this system, which is done most often by your parents. Your mommy, daddy, then when you grow up, you do it yourself. You join all kinds of speech therapist groups. When I go on YouTube, I see that speech therapists have a big list of subscribers, thousands of subscribers, right? They follow, they listen to these systemic workers, because all speech therapists work for the system. And they do what they have been taught by the system to give to people who stutter. How to talk fluency. See, someone just asked a question. Thank you for asking a question. At least you are courageous to ask a question. Thank you. Okay, most of the time people are watching me but afraid to even type. I'm not talking about speaking. They're afraid even to type their questions. So Harsh. Who told you that such thing as a fluency in speech exists? It's again the system. Fluency doesn't exist. Fluency in speaking doesn't exist. It's the concept that was created by the commercial system. Harsh, let me know if you understand my English. I do my best to speak in a way that people can understand me, even though English is not their first language. Okay, I do my best because, once again, I mean, English is not my first language as well. And I understand when you don't speak English well, you don't understand well the language, it's hard for you to understand the speaker. Thank you, Harsh, for letting me know. Perfect. I can continue. So, speech fluency is a big international fraud invented by the Matrix. I don't know, Harsh, if you have ever watched the movie, the American movie, The Matrix. Write to me, have you ever watched it? But that's the bottom line. It's the commercial business system which doesn't care about how well they provide their services. Okay? Speech therapists have been trained to make sure that every time you come to a speech therapist, nothing changes in you. You continue to struggle. Or better, you have even bigger struggles. Because what they tell you to do there, they encourage you to learn to speak and practice to speak by various techniques, various methods. And all these methods are totally abnormal ways to speak. Totally abnormal. Okay, very good. Rashikesh. Rashikesh. Okay, I see your question. Bear with me. Okay, bear with me. Don't go away. I will answer your question. It's a great question. Thank you that you asked your question. Also, type to me, Rashikesh, how well you understand English. I need to collect this information. Okay. So what I was telling about that the commercial business system has only one interest: profit, money, and service as many people as possible to make even bigger, greater profit. So every time you go to a speech therapist, what do they begin dealing with you? They give you a standardized test. Tell me if I'm, thank you, Rashikesh, thank you. So tell me, who out of all my listeners, who has been to speech therapists at least once? At least once. You don't have to go there too much, but even one time. What was the very first session? Did you have a test? Did they give you some tests? Testing tasks? Have you been through testing? They call it evaluation. They have these standardized tests they put on their desk. They show you different pictures. They ask you to do this and that, and they write something down. They do like this. Tick, tick. At least that's what's happening in the United States. Because I used to be, for 30 years, I used to be a speech therapist in 2 countries, first in Russia, then in the United States of America. And that's what I was supposed to do. I am, but I didn't like the robot like talking. Thank you. Great job, what you wrote about. Of course you didn't like it, because that's a technique. And talking like a robot means, okay, let me read what Rashikesh wrote here. I guess that's what you wrote. I was at speech therapist, but I didn't like that robot like talking that they taught me in speech therapy. Did I understand your question correctly, Rashikesh? And I want to tell you, of course you didn't like it, because You come to speech therapist. Speech therapist teaches you a technique. A technique, let me repeat, according to the topic of my today's live stream. They give you the tool, the weapon for fighting your non-existent stuttering disorder. It doesn't exist, but you're not aware of that. Okay? You're supposed to keep fighting. Thank you, Rashikesh. Yeah, he said yes. Okay? So, boom, boom, boom. Speech therapist has given you the way to fight your stuttering with a robot-like speaking, which no sane people on this planet never speak. Do I look normal to you? Of course not. People don't do this ever. This is already not speaking. This is fighting with your own speech muscles. And this is already kind of chanting. This is what they do in churches and religious organization. They chant, da, 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 chanting, singing. This is not speaking. Okay? So you didn't like it. So the moment you left speech therapy, you said, I'm not going to speak like this. Sorry. It's just me. I'm so spontaneous always. My reaction is always spontaneous. After speech therapy sessions, normal, sane person would immediately decide, no, I'm not going to speak the way they taught me in speech therapy. And you went back, Rashikesh, you went back to your own method, right? What method are you using when you speak? What is it? Because every person who stutters has his own or her own method. They believe they need to fight stuttering, or better, not stuttering, because stuttering is a ghost, it doesn't exist. Okay? But you're still fighting it. And you are fighting with your speech instrument. Fighting. You have it. It's totally normal. It can work perfectly right now. The moment you begin using it according to the way Mother Nature created you, your speech would become normal right now. You don't need to do anything. You don't need any techniques. You don't need anything. You basically don't need to fight. Okay? You don't need to fight stuttering. That's how they call it. They call it you're fighting stuttering and give you techniques. Okay? But once again, why this is happening? Because that's what the system needs. They needs more people. They don't care that you are struggling. I mean, people, of course, do care. Understand me. Speech therapists may sure care. They want to help you, but they don't know how to help you. They are unaware that what they give you, all these crazy techniques, are hurting you. It's not good for you. It's making you experience even more difficulties in speech because it's abnormal. It's not natural. You should not be in control for this speech organ. Never, ever. Because when you are in control for the muscles, you always feel tense. It causes tension. Controlling your muscles, speech muscles, causes you to tense. You gotta understand it. And stuttering is tension. It's always tension. I call it a stupor. Stupor. Stupor of the mind, stupor of your muscles. And why this is happening? It's a natural reaction of your totally healthy body, mind, computer. You're healthy, but you are not using it correctly. And when you are not using it correctly, the body sends you the signal, hey, master, I cannot do what you want me to do. I can't. It's difficult. And the muscles tense. And you feel it and you don't like it. Of course. One more thing I want to tell you about. I'm still waiting for your questions, guys. Oh, I promised to. Okay, there was a question that I said I'm going to come back. Let me see. Where is your question? I started only on my name and some other words in front of unknown person. Okay, let's talk about it. That's a good question. Besides, I know that Rashi Kesh is still here. I hope he is. I don't know. The number of the listeners drops. It just changes all the time. I don't know. So Rashi Kesh, I hope you're still here. And here is the answer to your question. I started only on my name and some other words in front of a known person. Why? Because unknown person, you don't know the person. It's the fear of the future, the fear of something that you don't know yet. So instead of, I'm going to talk about your name, of course, later, but first let's address the unknown persons. You know that you're not alone. Every time we are in an unfamiliar situation, we are always uncertain what to do. Imagine yourself opening the door to a very dark room where the light is not on. You can't see anything, what's in the room. What is your natural intention? What is it that you want to do the first thing before you even step in this room? What is it? If you can, please write to me. New comments. Oh, thank you. I see that you're here. So, Rashikesh, you want to enter the dark room. Write to me. What is it you want to do? The first thing, you don't care about anything else. You want to enter the room. What is it you want to do first? You have never been to this room. What is it you want to do? Chick, chick. What do you need? I'm going to use something because I want you to answer my question. What is it you need? You need light switch. You need to turn the light on. Why? Why? It's very simple. You don't know what's in front of you. You want to see. The moment the light is on, the room is lit up. Now you are not afraid. You just step in, right? You are familiar with the thing you want to step in. You are familiar with the situation. Instead of fighting it, you don't have any more anxiety. You don't have any more fear. You just peacefully, with love, step in the room and do whatever you want. And walk around if there is, let's say, hole at the entrance or some obstacle. You can just manipulate your body the way you want, right? Easily. No anxiety, no fear. Are you understanding me? Yeah, light. Exactly. The same is about unknown person. If you don't know the person, then get familiar with the person. Get familiar with him. And focus on him, asking him. Let's say, I like your hair. Or, I like your smile. So if you want to get familiar with the person, then of course ask him questions. What's your name? And stuff. Okay? You need to get familiar with the person, with love, peacefully, instead of fighting him in advance. No. Love, peace, friendship, support, good attitude of helping each other, supporting each other. That's what we need. That's what I teach. Okay? And also you say, I stutter only on my name and some other words. Why? Because once again, your speech instrument is not familiar with these words. Believe it or not familiar. You may be familiar with the way to write these words, how to write your name, to type your name on a computer, on your phone. But when we are typing or writing, what part of the body are we using? Hashikesh, write to me. What am I using when I am writing, or you when you're writing or typing? What part of the body? I'm waiting for your answer. Hands. And when we are speaking, what part of the body are we using? Write to me. Of course, when we are deaf, we may use our hands to communicate if we are deaf. But let's say we're not deaf. What part of the body are we using? Yes. And you know what? It's not even the whole mouth. It's only this part of the mouth. It's the moving part of the mouth. It's called, you know what? Let me call it in a Russian way, because English word doesn't exist to name the speech instrument, the natural speech tool that I'm talking about. It's called the usta. Usta. Just look at me and repeat. Usta. It's a Russian word. Okay, usta. Usta is the name of the speech instrument. It consists of our jaw. You can touch this tool. Our jaw, lower lip, and the tongue. It's one speech organ. It works as one speech organ. It drops when we speak. It all drops. This moving part of our mouth, usta. We should never ever separate these muscles, working only with the tongue or working only with the jaw, fighting with the jaw, fighting with the tongue. I don't want even to use the word working, fighting. It's one organ, just like our heart. Do you need to do anything when your heart is beating? Do you need to do anything? The heart is pumping your blood without your conscious participation, right? It's your organ of your body. Do you need to do anything to make your eyes see? Sometimes we wear glasses if they don't see well, but they see without our conscious participation. It's the organ of the body. Do you see to do anything with your ears? It's just the organ of the body. It works automatically. Do you guys understand me? Automatically, we don't need to do anything with the organ. The same is here. Speech organ works automatically. And every word is a set of several drops of our usta. Several. It has nothing to do with single sounds, with letters, with syllables, with what else? Phrases, with sentences. All these words are for writing with your hand. And we are not speaking with our hand muscles. We speak with the movable muscles of our usta. Usta, dropping. Every time we drop, the usta drops, not we, it works automatically. Usta drops, it produces one musical chord. You know how we play guitar? Boom, boom, boom. Chords on the guitar. When we play several sounds at once, right? Are you understanding me? Same thing is here. Usta drops, and there are like from 1 up to 6 sounds fly out of the mouth automatically. Automatically. It's called ringtone, melody of the voice. Ringtones. P, pe, pa. It's never, let's say your name is Rashikesh. It's never because is the letter, and you're trying to use your mouth as if it was a picture of a word. Okay? Because words are written words. Written words are what? They are pictures. Pictures. How do we produce written words? By the printer or by the hand, right? But spoken words, oral words are produced. It's the melody that we can play, melodies that we play only on our music player. That's what we have here. I'm talking about it in my videos. Please watch them. Music player, like vinyls, playing music. Okay? So, and the organ works again automatically. Okay? So if you want to play the name, your name or other words, Rashikesh, automatically you gotta make your usta familiar with these words. Learn these words and keep playing, but not according to letters, according to ringtones, which of course you don't understand what they are. Okay, I'm gonna hide your message. Okay. Harshot, how can I talk without fear in front of a known person? Very simple. You got to stop fighting with this unknown person. You're fighting. You're not speaking. You're not talking. You are ready to fight. Imagine, imagine there is a boxer ring, 2 boxers. They step inside of the ring and they are ready to get into fight. Okay, the whole audience is screaming, fight, 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 fight. And these 2 people, 2 boxers are jumping. Do you think they don't have fear? Because fear and anxiety is exactly the same. I talked about it. Anxiety, anxiousness is the fear of the unknown future. The fear of the unknown future is being anxious. Okay? And this fear happens in you because you don't know how to peacefully let your speech organ produce all the words. You don't know that. It's not in the muscle memory of your usta. I hope you understand now what it means, usta. It's not in the muscle memory of your usta, and you can never be sure that your usta will say this word correctly. How can you talk without fear in front of unknown people? You can't until, let me do this. How can I talk without fear in front of unknown people? You can't do this until your usta knows this word. Then it will automatically say this word, each word that you want to say, easily in front of anyone. And again, unknown people, get familiar with the people, make them known, look at them, study them, okay? Give them compliments, ask them questions, become familiar with people. Because once again, it's your choice. I'm going to speak under the table, I'm going to say it well, but when I get from under the table, I'm going to begin to stumble. It's your choice. That's what you do. That's what you are used to it. When you are in front of unknown people, you're not focused on speaking. You're focused on these unfamiliar people. You can't speak without fear. Learn each and every word, not in the way you write it with your hand, but in the way your usta moves when you speak. Not you, when other people speak. And I want to tell you a very simple tip. Begin watching other people's usta. How do they move their usta? When was the last time you watched people move their usta? When was it? Maybe when you were 5 or 6. And then something happened with you and you stopped watching people's usta move. And instead, you started attempting to speak according to the pictures of the written words. And you have never learned, have never trained your usta to say each word that you want in your life, oral word, correctly, naturally. Okay? Hope you understand what I mean. Okay. Okay. Now Harsh wrote, I can speak fluently in English and German language, but I can't speak in Hindi language. That's exactly the case very often, because when you were learning English and German, you learned those languages. They are foreign language for you. You learned them. You watched people speak. You watched people's mouth move. But when you were young, you watched maybe not good speakers of Hindi. Maybe you didn't watch your mommies and daddies' movements of their mouth. That's why your star has only memory of melodies, of movements in English and German language, oral words in English and German, but there is no memory in Hindi, words in Hindi. That's what I'm talking about. If you want to speak, then you need to learn spoken words, not written. This is the biggest scam of the system, guys. That's how I would say 99.9% of people who stutter started stuttering. That's the main cause, because the system pushed written words on you, pictures of written words. And these written words are not for our mouth. They are not for our usta. Written words for different organs of our body. It's for our fingers and hand. Or whatever. If people don't have an arm, they even learn to write with their foot or something, with their toes, with their mouth. You've seen videos on YouTube how people hold their pen in their mouth and writing. But the bottom line, it's not for speaking. Written words are not here. I mean, spoken words are not here. You see this? the dictionary. There are no oral words. Oral words are all here in the ustas of your mother, father, who speak perfectly. But how many perfect speakers do you have around you? I doubt that you have too many of them. Even I cannot call myself a perfect speaker. Fluency. Again, it's the lie. Fluency in speech doesn't exist. It doesn't. If you observe the natural norms for speaking, then you speak well, with peace, with love. You do this with people. But if you don't observe the natural norms for speaking, you constantly do this. You fight, 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 fight with other people. Ooh, why are they looking at me? Ooh, they don't understand me. Ooh, you're fighting with these people. Okay, I'm afraid of talking to unfamiliar people. Fighting, fighting, fighting. Okay, no. Peace. Friendship, stop fighting. That's the whole point of today's live stream. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Rashikesh. You repeated your question. I remember there was a question somewhere. You repeated it. Thank you. Please suggest your book to overcome stuttering completely. Oh, look what I'm going to do right now for you. Look how many books I have written. Do you see them? And these are not all the books that I have written. However, of course you can write. And also, I have finished writing my last book. I'm not going to write any more books. I guarantee. That's it. Stuttering is too easy for me. It's not interesting to even dig into it. I understand it completely. So the book that I have completed writing is still at the editor. It's called, what did I call it? There were so many options to call it that okay, finally. Awakening Stutterers, Truth to Perfect Speech. Yeah, Awakening Stutterers, Truth to Perfect Speech. That's the title, but it's still at the editor. It's still not published. And unfortunately, the editor got COVID again. He got sick, and I'm waiting for him because he already went through like half of the book. I can't begin looking for someone else. So I have to wait for him. Hopefully, he's gonna finish it by August. Like it's August already by the end of the month, and I will be able to publish the book. With the crazy world, what's going on in the world, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. The plans the puppeteers have for humans, I don't know. But the bottom line, any of my books will give you an idea how to stop believing the system and develop love in your heart to other people and yourself, including this part of your body. My recommendation, you start with this book because it's written in an easier way. Okay, I published in 2016. This is the book published in 2016. And even the title can give you speech is the skill, the main idea, how you can stop believing the system, stop trying to fight with yourself, and simply peacefully learn to speak like all ordinary people on the planet. I recommend you begin with this book. It's $50 from my website, livestutterfree.com. You download the book for $50, 50, and read it. You will immediately have it. Read the book not as a paper book, but as the digital copy. I actually always recommend that you simply print it out and read it as a normal paper book. For me, it works much better because I can move back and forth. I can underline. I mean, the way I write, read is much easier, the paper book. Okay. So if you still are skeptical, you can start even with a free book. This book has been translated to several languages by my students. It's just a form of their gratitude for the help I have given to them. Whenever they are smart and they can speak and write well in their own mother tongue, and they ask me, Anna, what can I do to help you, to spread the message? You have helped so much to me. I want to help you. Because we develop very good relationship. We are in love. We share love. We share friendship. We never fight. Excuse me. At least I never fight. I do my best to be friends with my students. Okay? So this book is also present, available for download for free. You don't have to pay. A Tale of Two Geniuses in Stuttering. It will also give you an idea how to stop fighting with all of this. If you see, oh, wait a second, I didn't want to share this. Like if you look at this picture, you can recognize NSA, Speakeasy, TISA. I think this is Indian Stuttering Association. God, everything is like this. So this is what the system has created for you guys to continue to struggle. But anyway, here is the book that doesn't cost you a penny. It did cost me a lot of money when I wrote it, when I published it, when I had the editing and stuff. So it did. But it's not going to cost you anything to download and read. So this book will give you understanding of what stuttering truly is. Okay? So I suggest you begin with this book. And if you're smart, I don't know if you are, I have no idea who I'm communicating with. Okay, you may read another book. This is also free, available for download. This gentleman is one of my students. He graduated from my online school for stutterers like 7-8 years ago, a long time ago. He lives in Finland, and this is my conversation with Hussein, who lives in Finland and who came to me without even being able to speak in English. So he had to learn English language to be able to take the class from me. Okay? So if you are smart, I'll tell you, I've had several people. Everything is falling here. Let me fix things here. Okay. So I'll tell you, I have had several people giving me a feedback about this book. After reading the book, several people have come to me and told me that they finally realized what normal speech is and they stopped stuttering. They fixed their speech. Several people have told me that. I don't know how well they speak. I've never heard them, but I'm just telling you that what I've received from several people. But most of the time, people read this book and they come to me. Because once again, spoken words, oral words are not in the books, Rashikesh. Oral words, spoken words, or usta's words are not in the books. What do we see in the books? A whole bunch of written, typed words that are what? Pictures. Pictures. Can you play pictures on a music player? Just tell me. Can you play pictures on a music player? View request, Kisan Chowder. View request. He wants to talk to me. Let's see. Go live with Kisan. I can go live with him, no problem. Wave, 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 wave. Okay. Nope. No one wants to talk to me. Okay, guys, let me see. I hope I explain what book to read. All other books will tell you that you need a technique. All other books. Or that you need to accept the way you speak incorrectly and going through the difficulties. They will tell you, accept it, which is also fine with me. You can accept and keep struggling. Okay. So I hope I answered your questions, Rashikesh. Okay, guys. So I've been online for too long. I guess it's time for me to wrap it up. And before I go, let's do the next live stream about the tools, because I've been live for what? An hour and a half? I'll make a special video lesson about it. The next live stream I'll do next Friday. What is it going to be? Friday plus 7. It's going to be the 9th, right? Okay. Next Friday, I'll go live and I will. Oh, right. Rashikesh, thank you so much. Yes, he wrote, thank you. I'm going to show you a message. I just learned this option that I can click on the message and it appears on the screen. I like this option. Okay, my dear. So the next Friday, we're going to talk about 4 very simple, specific tools each person uses when they speak. Uses naturally. And of course, this is a skill and we learn to use these tools when we're young. And we keep learning, by the way. The older we get, we keep learning more oral words for our usta. We keep learning. It's that never-ending process. That's why speech fluency is a lie. It's a hoax. It's a ghost. But you want to do it. You want it. You want to speak fluently, right? That's a lie. So normal people have totally different desires. Desire, when people speak, the desire of people is very simple: to be accurate, to say every word without mistakes, and to be comfortable, to never fight, to never have to fight, to be relaxed, to be comfortable. And this is what I teach, my dear. So if you are ready to come to me, then make an appointment on Zoom. I'm still doing it a little bit of free consultations, but you know what? I'm about to stop it because I'm sick and tired of coming to the call and no one is there. Okay? At least when it's a person from the United States, I can type to this person on the phone and ask, are you planning to join the call? If a person confirms, then I'm okay. But even these kind of people, for some reason, drop. Just recently, last week, I spoke with an American lady the mother of a 9-year-old child who stutters. She stutters herself. And of course, her son stutters because the son imitates his mom. I started talking, answering her question, and she started yawning. And I know why she's yawning. It's hard for her to listen for such a long time. Okay? And then she just quits. I thought it was just maybe it's a technical difficulties. And I wrote to her on the phone, sent her phone message. You want to see me on FaceTime? Was there technical difficulties? She didn't even respond. People that I communicate with today, I see the difference. People are so not logical. They're behaving like zombies. No wonder. They take antidepressants. They do all kinds of weird things. They look at the message of the president who is going fight, fight, fight. So, the last recommendation I give you, make an appointment with Anna Dieter. I am still here, still working, not for a long time. I don't think I'm going to be available for a long time. Okay? And I'm going to consider reduction of the cost. It is a big cost when you have someone working with you nonstop for 3 days. And then even after the 3 days, sometimes I give my time. You got to understand life is the only valuable possession we have. I'm going to consider even reduction of that cost, which has been always the same. Okay, I live in the United States of America. The prices only go up. Even former President Trump, in his speech, mentioned that the prices got up 100%. He said 60%, but I don't think it's 60%. I think it's 100%, not, if not more. But I will consider a little drop of the cost when you want to talk to me for 3 days and fix your life. Stop believing that you need to fight, 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 fight. No, I want you to relax and begin acting in your life with love. Kiss your stutter goodbye with love. Do you want me to type my website here? Anybody wants it? I'm assuming that you all know where to find me. It's so simple. You just go livestutterfree.com. I've been there forever. Come to me. You can even talk to me on Instagram, on video call. You can talk to me on Facebook Messenger. It just has to be a video call. Anywhere, I'm available. You can even talk to me on LinkedIn. Anywhere you see me, you can write to me and ask for a video call. But please, don't make me come and waste my precious life. If I don't ask you to pay for it, why are you making me sit there and waste my life? Kiss your stutter goodbye with love. Lots of love to you, Anna Dieter. See you next week. Bye-bye.